Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, which is OET writing samples from AJ. The reason I have started this channel is because I could not find any OET writing samples on the internet when I wanted, and that is when I realized that others would also be facing the same problem. Now on my channel I'm going to show day-to-day writing case notes which are available everywhere and how I would write those letters. In this video I am going to discuss and give an overview of OET writing and discuss some case notes and tell you about what happens in your OET writing test. Now in your OET writing test you will get a 1 to 3 page case note, so it can be anywhere between 1 to 3 pages, and you get 45 minutes. Now that includes a 5-minute reading time during which you are just going to read the case notes. You'll not be able to mark anything, and you need to write a 180 to 200 word letter, but that is something that is not so strict. Now out of the 40 minutes that you get, you need to write your letter, and you also need to plan accordingly in the start, and you need to do your proofreading. So to plan and to do your proofreading you need to spend at least around 5 minutes in the start and in the end. So only for the remaining time you will be able to write your letter. The writing task will have information on who is the patient. Now let me just show you those details. Now yes, in the writing task you will have to find this information, which is who is the patient and what is the name of the patient, why are you writing the letter, so what do you want the reader to do, to whom you are writing, what type of letter is it. So there are 4 types of letters, and those 4 letters are a discharge, transfer, referral or information letter. Now this information letter is also called as an advice letter. Who is writing? So we know that we are the nurse, or I am the nurse, I'm going to write the letter, but sometimes they give the name of the nurse, so you have to end your letter by writing the name of the nurse. And this is something which is very important, which you'll have to note whether they know each other, so whether the patient and the person who is reading the letter, whether they know each other. Now there are 2 kinds of case notes. So before going to paragraph 1 and telling you what is required here, I'm going to tell you about what kind of case notes will you get in your letter. Now before I tell you about the case notes, I just want to tell you about the proofreading and the planning, which is very important that you spend time for planning and proofreading to achieve your score of B or C+. Now there are these 2 kinds of case notes. This is an example of a case note where you will see all the information given on the left side has a category or a section or a topic. So hospital, Royal Perth Hospital, patient details, so and so. So these kinds of information, this kind of information is segregated or divided into different sections, and that is why this is called as a section wise case note. However, later on or recently the OET test includes case notes which are chronological or date wise. Now in chronological letters you will see that there will be a lot of dates mentioned, in which you need to be careful. So something like this, you need to be careful here, because the way that you write your letter will depend on whether you've got a section wise or a chronological or date wise case note. Now yes, now I will also show you about the different kinds of not the different kind, but the way your writing is assessed. So this information is also available on the OET website, which is the occupationalenglish.org website, and you'll see here it says writing assessment criteria and level of description. Now your writing assessment is based on these things. So you see here purpose, content, conciseness and clarity, genre and style, organization and layout, and language. Now purpose comes from your first paragraph, and it is always scored from 0 to 3. And the other things, such as content, conciseness and clarity, genre and style, organization, layout and language, all these comes throughout or are assessed from throughout your letter. Now to get your B or your C plus, you need to get your B, you need to get at least 2 in purpose, which is from your first paragraph, and at least 5 in all the other things. Okay, so you need to be careful here, and depending on the other things. So paragraph 1, what will paragraph 1 have, or what should paragraph 1 have? Now paragraph 1 should only have from 1 to 3 sentences. It should not go beyond 3 sentences. So it should have information on why are you writing, who is the patient, admitted for what, when is the discharge, what do you want the reader to do. In short, you don't need to write a story there. In short, because you're going to have a limit of 3 sentences. And when was he admitted? You may include it here in the first paragraph or in the second paragraph. Now when it is a section wise case note, which I showed you earlier, so now this is okay, so this is a section wise case note, and when it is a section wise case note, what you would need to do is, in your second paragraph you will write what are all the things which have happened in the hospital. For example, the reason for hospitalization, when was he hospitalized, what happened during that time, what medication was given, what did you do, and how is the patient now. If it is a chronological or a date wise case note, then your paragraph 2 will have different information, which is old visits will come first and then the most recent visits. You may have one paragraph for the older visits, like maybe 5 days back or 10 days back, what are the things that has happened, depending on the number of sentences that you can make. And then another paragraph for the most recent visit. And your last paragraph, be it chronological or date wise, will always have all the requests for the reader in detail. Now your medical history and social history, that I'm not going to discuss now, that I'll discuss in the next few videos with samples. Okay, so that's all for today. And my next video I will discuss a case note with a self-written letter. And in the meanwhile, you can subscribe, and if you like the video, you can click on like. It will only motivate me to come up with better videos. Thanks, and see you next time. Thank you.